On November 22, 1963, a motorcade through Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas was carrying John F. Kennedy, his wife Jackie Kennedy, and Governor Connally. It was clear Kennedy had his eyes set on Texas for winning his second term in office, but it was also clear that there was lots of political tensions going on in Texas at the time because a month earlier, the ambassador to the UN, Adlai Stevenson, was attacked while giving a speech there. Today, we will examine the assassination of John F. Kennedy and the attempted assassination of Governor Connally by looking at the conspiracies versus the facts. So the two main facts of the Kennedy assassination were that a single bullet hit John F. Kennedy and Connally, and that there was only one shooter. So to prove the single bullet theory, I have this visual where shows the path of the bullet. First, the bullet goes in the back of Kennedy and comes out his throat, his Adam's apple, which later was covered up by a tracheotomy, and then the bullet yaws, which means it turns diagonal because it's hard to see in this, but Connally was sitting below Kennedy because the motor car had a higher back seat and a lower front seat, so the bullet started to yaw, which means it goes diagonal into Connally's back, through his fifth rib, past his right wrist, and into finally his left thigh. So this is possible because of the bullet test that happened, showing the yaw of the bullet. The Warren Commission said that the reactions of both Connally and Kennedy when the bullet hit were too close together for multiple shots to have been fired. The one-shooter theory was proven because Oswald was seen a few minutes earlier in the school book depository. Oswald is the perpetrator, and they found a sniper's nest containing the rifle that was used to kill John F. Kennedy and 3 spent cartridges. Abraham Zapruder shot a home video of the whole assassination, and by many eyewitness testimonies was said that on the grassy knoll there was another shooter, but in the film you can see no other shooter on the grassy knoll, and you get the play-by-play of the motorcade driving and both Kennedy and Connally getting shot and Kennedy getting his fatal blow, all coming from the school book depository. Some conspiracy theories rely on faulty eyewitness testimonies, most notably from Jean Hill. She was the most notable witness at the time, but some of her false accusations and conclusions about the assassination were that there was a little dog in the seat in between Kennedy and his wife. She said she ran across the street trying to follow a second shooter up the grassy knoll. She said that Jackie Kennedy yelled, "Oh God, no." None of those things happened, and that's all proven by the Zapruder film, but it was just widely known that this lady, Jean Hill, had seen all of these things, but in reality, none of it was true. She was just traumatized by the fact and was not clear on her testimony. The magic bullet theory still proves the single bullet theory, but it's said that the bullet zigzags across the car, which didn't happen. I just showed the path of the bullet. It is also said that the mob in Cuba was involved. Hoover actually was quoted saying on the FBI website, "So we can convince the public that Oswald killed JFK," which I'm sure he didn't believe that, but he was trying to comfort the American society. Also, people say that Johnson was tied to the assassination because he wanted to be president at the time, and that's quoted by Associated Press. Another column on Associated Press said that the U.S. government tried to bribe people to kill Fidel Castro for $150,000, so they were just getting back at us. Any of those could have been true, but not likely. Also, his head, Kennedy's head, shot backwards after the final blow, and that happened because the bullet entered the back of the head, sending the brainwaves forward, hitting off the forehead, and sending them right on back, so his head shoots back, as well as his brain matter comes out. That's possible just because of common physics and brainwaves. Conspiracies continued would be that E. Howard Hunt claimed that Johnson had ordered the CIA to kill JFK, and that came from Rolling Stone, but that was proven incorrect on his, he said that on his deathbed, and nothing could have been proven to say that. So the facts of the case were proven from the Carcano bullet test. Like I said earlier, the yaw of the bullet made the bullet able to hit Kennedy and Connolly in one single bullet. The bullet was actually made to pass through bodies, and that's why it came out in perfect condition. The factors considered by the FBI were the autopsy, the Zapruder film, and the Warren Commission. So all those worked together to prove that no conspiracy was possible and that Oswald acted alone in this. The House Select Committee on Assassination in 1976 was made, and this was made just to prove that the Warren Commission was correct. So to conclude, I've given you information about conspiracies and about the facts of the assassination of John F. Kennedy. The American people want to believe conspiracies because they cannot fathom that someone as important as John F. Kennedy could be taken away so easily. If that happened, then where's the importance in their lives? It's devastating, but it did pave the way for the mission to the moon and the Civil Rights Act. Thank you.